My name is David Yang. Born in Taipei, Taiwan. I immigrated to the United States when I was about 4. After finishing college in San Antonio, go Roadrunners. Been in Taipei since 2013. I'm an English teacher at a school called ACES.
Why did your mom move to the States?
Good question. My mom did really well at her job. She was an electrical engineer. As she had me and my sister, the dream for her to move abroad and give us a good education in America intensified to the point where we did move in 1994. You have all these prestigious institutions in America like Harvard or Stanford. A lot of Asian parents have those kind of dreams to send their kids to these kind of places. By the way, I did not go to one of those schools.
Did your sister?
My sister went to NYU, has a master's degree from Columbia. She also has her PhD from Northwestern. So when I was growing up, I realized already that I wasn't fully American. My first language is Chinese.
Yeah.
I learned Bapa Mufa first, and kids can be merciless if you don't speak English in America.
Really?
One of my core memories also is being made fun of for my English pronunciation.
When you were a kid, like, there were not many other Asian students at your school? Like, how did that
No,
look?
because I grew up in Palo Alto where there are a bunch of Asian Americans. I made a lot of friends in America through the attitude of like, I'm going to assimilate with Americans, not just that Asian American bloc. I put a lot more focus on the social aspect and my interest in sports. Whenever I did play basketball or soccer, it's more like, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be studying more? Or like, we don't see many of y'all here.
And how did you respond to that? Did
Just
you
kept
care?
playing, man. And this is something I want to put this out there. I never ever thought that Chinese was the secondary language to English. Even when I was in the States, I consider myself just as Taiwanese as I am American. In my home, my family is realizing my English is becoming my stronger language. So they definitely spoke Chinese to me at home primarily, which I'm very grateful for.
Would your mom speak to you in Chinese and you'd speak back in English?
Yeah, certainly. To understand each other, you guys kind of have to like meet in the middle. Like, but I remember I used the term wrong. I was trying to say like, oh, 我必须要很诚实说这件事情. I would always say 我需要很成熟说.
I could take that as if you're a parent, it's like you're trying to talk down to me. I'm a grown-ass man. It's interesting though, speaking different languages than your mom.
Yeah, the one good thing that did come out of that was I never did lose it. You see a lot of Taiwanese Americans who aren't quite as strong with Chinese.
Do you feel like the expectation for you to speak Chinese is much higher than someone like me?
Sure, but
even though we're both American.
Yeah, if it's like you learn Chinese from scratch, right? That's a whole different ballgame than someone who, like me, could still speak it at home. This is part of my cultural communication, basically.
Did your mom talk about like 孝顺?
Yeah, of course. My family is a 外省人. So in terms of Chinese culture, your position in society is everything, is paramount. It's different. In America, we grow up with the concept of respect, 尊重, but we don't have the 孝顺, like the pure obedience to our elders. We have to represent ourselves first and foremost. That's a culture clash between Taiwan and America that played out in our house.
Yeah, you're like, I don't see any of my other friends having to do that. From the perspective of my Taiwanese friend, I saw him really get into a lot of fights with his mom.
Yeah. It changed the trajectory of our family forever. I'll talk on YouTube right now, be low candid. Like, we have other issues, but like, I still love my mom deeply. Back in the day when we were both learning the cultures together, it was a lot harder. I didn't know what I wanted to express in Chinese, and I don't think she knew what she wanted to express in English, and then that's where some of those arguments happened. But now, I've also had the experience to live in Taiwan. We understand each other way better than we did when we lived in America together. During my college years, one of the questions wasn't, what am I going to be? One of the questions was, where do I want to be? I wanted to leave America because I always felt that like the world is bigger than this sphere.
What? It's bigger than America? No.
So to learn about the world, I was like, all right, well, what better way than to learn about my heritage first living in Taiwan?
You decided to do military service. I know a lot of other Taiwanese Americans don't.
Like I said before, I consider myself as Taiwanese as I am American. I would never thought to bitch out.
Just to put it blunt.
When you hear people that like complain about that, I'm like, well, don't you love your country? Like, if heaven forbid something did happen, I'd feel so proud to serve my country to do that, you know?
So you're technically still a reservist, right?
I don't know, man. It's been a long time. If something were to happen, I'm more than happy to represent my country.
I think I remember you saying once that being in the military was the chillest year of your life.
Oh yeah. Boot camp, 成功里. There's like that first day shock of like, oh shit, people are yelling at me. I remember when, as time went on, I was just like, you know what? If I just follow the system, being as efficient as possible with their orders, it's not stressful at all. There's no extra effort required on me aside from being a team member.
You just have to turn your brain off pretty much.
I don't see it that way. Trust your superior, kind of adapting yourself to fit that team mold. I mean, I think it's easier for me to do because I did play sports growing up. I remember seeing a lot of kids complain so much about it on the train ride there in the barracks.
They thought it was a waste of time.
Which it could be. You're a young man. You should be developing your skills for your job. But instead, you're conscripted to do that 1 year, which I have no problem with because I looked at that as my job training. I worked in a government office, basically. I thought that was a good way to learn workplace etiquette. Observed a lot.
Especially Taiwanese workplace
dynamics.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. What did you observe here that maybe was different than the States?
Oh, okay. I will never understand this to this day. Why do we insist on buying biendangs for the whole office from the same place? Why can't we just take our lunch breaks like normal people? Oh, sorry. What we consider normal. Like, go out on your own. That's your time.
Did you guys order like drinks in the afternoon? 手摇饮.
Yeah. I don't know how I felt about that one.
No, I didn't do that either.
Yeah.
I got ripped on for that.
That's very American, right? Like, I don't want it. I just don't want it. You're now the weird one for not being part of the group.
Did people ever call you like 美国人?
Of course.
But they didn't call you 外国人.
No, they didn't. No. I don't think I've ever heard white boy before.
How do you feel when someone calls you 美国人?
You understand my culture.
You're proud.
If I meet someone new about 5 or 6 sentences in, you're not from around here, are you? 你是从国外来的吗? And I always say like, oh, 你听出来啊? A little bit sarcastically, but also just like, hey, I get it. 你应该知道这不是台湾的口音.
Do you find that you hang out with mostly other foreigners here or Taiwanese people?
Mix. If you're asking me about my natural fit, it probably is foreigners. We came here from a different country. We're figuring out the eastern side of the world. I will avoid the ones that are only bashing Taiwan negatively. If you're only here to bash Taiwan, go home.
Yeah, exactly.
And learn Chinese too. Learning a foreign language is hard, but learn some, man. Learn ni hao.
That's one of the things that people actually expect you to be able to say.
Yeah.
What makes you more comfortable gravitating towards foreigners?
There's a less preconceived notion of who I am. Let's say if I'm talking to someone from Taiwan, right? I get the impression that they're sizing me up based on what I am on paper. My
ABC.
Job, my ABC background, how much money I make, how educated I am, how integrated into society I am.
Based on being an English teacher that grew up in America and is now here, what kind of impression do you think that gives?
All right, so why aren't you in finance or law when you're like that? Why are you teaching English with the other foreigners, 外国人?
Those questions are kind of alluding to, it's like, oh, you have this Western education, you should be X, Y, and Z professional.
Nope, that clearly didn't happen with me.
Yeah. I laugh, it's just because how straightforward you say that. It's just like,
I am who I am. I'm just living, man. Tie into the, like earlier what we said, that's a lot of the philosophical differences I did have with my family, actually.
What's dating like as an ABC?
I do better here than America, I would say, if I'm speaking honestly. I hate putting it this way, but like, I guess your social standing is a little bit higher as an Asian American in Taiwan versus in America. You're seen as more global, cosmopolitan, I guess, international. If you have that kind of vibe, it works well for you anywhere, not just here, right?
That's true. Yeah, I've heard that there's a certain type of Taiwanese woman that like kind of is going for that. They want the international, the global. So they could be attracted to you for that reason.
Yeah.
Why do you say it like that?
I'm not attracted to that.
So you want some Bajiajiu chick with like tattoos all over her arms?
Well, that's what she is, right? If you own what you are, that's the greatest thing in the world.
Do you feel that people in Taiwan judge each other off of their English ability?
Yes. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. And it's like in Taiwan, you're taught, oh, you should speak English to look better. This is where I will be frank. You compare these all the time on what standard?
You feel like there is people that try to show off?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Not gonna be a hater.
Okay.
There are a lot of people in Taiwan who speak really good English. Past 2020, I think the English levels in the children have spiked compared to the 2010s. Taiwanese kids realize that learning English is really imperative. Kids are interested in class nowadays, more interested than they used to be.
Really? You feel
Yeah,
that?
oh yeah.
I remember when I was teaching, I had another Asian American colleague. One day they were told her like, oh, we're gonna take you off of this class.
Okay.
And a white South African came in. The students, she heard them talking and they're like, 这个很棒啊，现在我们可以学习真正的英文. Have you ever encountered things like that as an Asian American teaching English in
Never.
Taiwan?
Because if they did, I'm like, just look at me. Like, okay, are you gonna tell me that I'm not American? But I will say that when I was younger, the students' parents always saw me more as American, whereas the parents I teach now, they're like, oh yeah, you're Taiwanese, you're just Taiwanese American. It's like, finally, someone actually gets it. It's like, yeah, we know you. Like, we know that you're born here.
Some people here are more flexible in their ideas of what's possible.
Especially the younger generation.
Getting more.
国际观 is getting better, and it's never an easy process. Well, if it was, people would hear you and speak to you in Chinese just naturally.
Yeah, that people have stereotypes.
Yeah.
Why is 国际观 important, and why do you think it's something that Taiwanese people want to cultivate?
If you only see it from one scope, that's what leads to factionism, that leads to wars. If you have 国际观, you realize, okay, maybe my competitor isn't always my competitor. Like, there's quite a bit of similarities there.